So I bought a brand new horse trailer. This isn't it. The brand new one went straight back to the dealer, probably not for the reasons that you think. And to be quite honest, I feel a bit silly and embarrassed about the whole thing. But what this experience has taught me is something really, really important that I want to share with you about horse trailers. So about April, Bear started not travelling so well. Now, it was a very, very hot start to the year, so I put all of this down to lack of ventilation in the trailer because it was getting quite hot in here. And that's the downside with a trailer like this. They just don't have the amount of ventilation that, say, an Ivor Williams does when they have a completely open back. So he'd already gone through the rubber matting, and the final straw really came when he was weaving against the sidewall and broke the stock board at the bottom. So my mind went into complete overdrive, and I just assumed I need to get out of this trailer before he comes through the sidewall and get something else fast. So the search for a new trailer was on. Now, this is not without its challenges because Bear is tall. He's 18 hands. And what this means is I'm really restricted in the trailer choices that I can make. The Ivor Williams do not make anything that's tall enough for him. I absolutely love the Bachmann trailers, but they are wildly expensive, and a lot of them don't have a front unload feature. So my choice was the Cheval Liberty Maxi 3. So last week we decided that we were going to make a video of taking this Equitrek up to the dealer, changing it for the Maxi 3 and driving the Maxi 3 back. So we set out to make the swap, and that is when I discovered that something was wrong. So we were driving along the back roads and something was really juddery. It just didn't feel right. So we were on the way to get the new trailer. They were going to have to service this one and put anything right anyway. So we carried on. So we got to the dealers. The new trailer was there. It was absolutely beautiful. We hitched up. We took all the stuff out of the Equitrek. We put it into the new trailer and off we went. So immediately I noticed something, and this is what we filmed. So we're just driving back, and here's two things that I've noticed already. So pulling out was quite a country lane, quite narrow. This trailer is definitely wider than the Equitrek. And the second thing is that, my goodness, this trailer is so smooth, so much smoother than the Equitrek to pull. So we got the new trailer home, and this is what we filmed for you. Okay, we're back. Here is the brand new trailer. First impressions is it's super solid. So I'm going to open it up and we're going to have a look at the features inside. Ha! That's awesome. So this is going to be awesome when we're at shows to open the side like this. Loads of ventilation. And if all else fails, I can always sell pizzas out of it. So yeah, my first impressions is that it just seems really solid and really nice quality. Masses of room, windows, tons of windows. It seems like it's going to be cooler than the other one. It's got two really big air vents as well. So I'll need to stand on it's so tall in here. I need to stand on a step to kind of unwind those and lift those up. Obviously they'll be open when he's in here. So the major thing here is that he's now going to be traveling herringbone, which means diagonally. And the major thing here for me is that he's no longer against the side wall. He's going to be in the middle part of the trailer, and it just feels way safer. So it's got a side ramp, so it opens here. You can bring the horse off here, and let's have a look at the tack room. Okay, so this is the tack room. Just open the door. Oh, that's nice. So yeah, it is a bit smaller than the one in the Equitrek. There's enough room in here. There's a little changing room. And look at all these little bits and bobs here, look. Cute. So here it is. This is the brand new trailer. And on paper, it ticks every single box and solves all the problems of the Equitrek. But I'm not going to know until I start using this trailer at all. So please subscribe to the channel and you can follow our journey into using this trailer. And you know what? I thought I'd be really, really sad about saying goodbye to the Equitrek, but I'm really, really excited about using this trailer. So as you can tell, I really, really like this trailer. And my husband went home, took the camera home, and I thought, you know, the trailer is on the car. Let's get Bear out and see what he makes of it. And that is when disaster struck. Despite reassurances from Cheval and the dealer, my horse did not fit. So this is what happened. The back of the trailer opens up, so the ramp comes down and then the top flap opens like that. Bear did not like that, and it made the front entrance feel quite a lot smaller. So once he actually put his head down, he did go in the trailer, but there was no way he was fitting in. He was just too long. And then to get him out the side ramp, the design of the roof tilts down, and then you've got the top of the door, and you're just losing height again. So he didn't fit coming out the side door, and it was too narrow for him to turn around to get out the back door. So the partitions in the Maxi 3 are herringbone, and there was no way that I could manoeuvre the partitions so it was long enough to accommodate the horse. So we measure horses to the wither, but it tells us nothing about the length of leg, the length of body, the length of neck. It's every single horse is very different, and what we discovered here is that the horse just did not fit. So I took it back the same day, got my old Equitrek back, and here is where it gets interesting. So having towed the Cheval with its amazing suspension and then getting straight into mine, I realised I had a serious problem. It just was not towing right. It was kind of juddering. It just wasn't smooth. So we get the trailer home and the pieces start falling into place. So remember I said that the problem started happening in April? Well, that is when I had the trailer serviced. So I couldn't use my normal guy that usually services my trailer because he had an accident, so he was off work. So I used somebody new. I finally got my old trailer guy back, and this is what we discovered. So it turns out the person who serviced the trailer completely messed up the brakes. They hadn't tightened some really important parts as well as they should have, and things gradually deteriorated. So horse trailers need brakes on them. The car brakes are just not enough to stop your trailer, and I'm really passionate about making sure that everything is working properly. My trailers always get serviced every single year. But yeah, they were engaging intermittently, which was kind of leading to this really juddery, unsettled ride. But that's the thing, I never drove the trailer empty, so I would never have realised. Every time the trailer banged, I assumed it was the horse. So it wasn't Bear causing the problem, it was Bear reacting to the problem. And I would have never have realised this unless I drove it empty. I feel terrible. So yeah, he's had quite a lot of work to do to redo all the brakes, and actually today he's going to come out and change the dampening coupler, which is the part at the front of the trailer, kind of the shock absorber. He's going to come and replace that because that's totally broken as well now. So hopefully it's going to be a much smoother ride and Bear is going to be much happier. There's two really important lessons here that I've learned from this. And number one is that if your horse starts travelling badly, check your trailer. Take it out empty and make sure everything's as it should be. And the second point is, as equestrians, we have to use people that we trust. So I can't fit my horse's shoes. I use a farrier. I'm not a vet. And similarly, I don't understand how the brakes work on this trailer. So I have to use somebody trusted to do my trailer maintenance. Now, I really should have stuck with the guy that I always used, but he was off work and I used somebody I didn't know. So please tell me in the comments if there's been a time where you've trusted someone to help you with your horses and they haven't done what they should have done. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel and I'll see you on the next video.